Sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live on this Friday morning, ready to talk some Friday's college football games and some other CFP thoughts and more. Thanks for joining in with us this morning. If you're out there in the chat, if you have any questions that you want us to address, please put it in our chat so we can address those questions. I got my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 in the house with me this morning. How you feeling, Mossberg?
Man, I am feeling pretty good. I'm still moving. I'm still rolling. It's been I think right about now, it's been probably 36 hours that I've been up, getting off work. When you hit the chat and you said, let's do a podcast, it's Florida State, Florida. Joe Burrow got a big win yesterday in Baltimore, and people was running and raving. So Mossberg is feeling good. No rest, but I'm blessed by the best, man. And just glad to see the screens and see you this morning, as well as our main man post game over there.
We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast in the house with us this morning. How you feeling, Post Game?
Man, I feel good. What a beautiful day it was for football yesterday. And the good eats. I was telling you about that Heath cake my auntie delivered, and it was bomb.
Did you say Heath cake?
The one and only undisputed champion of all Thanksgiving desserts.
That's topping lemon meringue pie post game?
Blowing it out the water.
Ooh, you got to send me some of that ASAP on the shipment. Auntie, I need some. ASAP.
Hey, Moss, ain't no more.
I bet it's not.
Man, I see why, Post, man. I see why.
We got our homegirl, Robin Williams, in the chat with us, along with our homeboy, Doug Jones, in the chat with us. Both of those two are huge Texas Longhorn fans. We got a big day today with those freaking Texas A&M Aggies. Let's go Horns. Let's be loud, and let's go out there and show them Aggies that, listen, we are your big brother. Not your mama, maybe your daddy. Let's welcome our man T1 in the house.
What it do? What it do?
Going on, City League T1
in the building. You've been ghost here lately, man. Where you been?
I've been in the building. What are you talking about? I've been in the building. I might have missed a couple of the pop-ups, but I've been in the building. I'll be on camera in a minute, man. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm getting ready for a funeral. I got a funeral to go to tomorrow.
Peace and condolences, man, for sure.
Yeah,
I ain't going to it. I'm going to just watch it on TV, but I'm getting ready for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that went way over our head, bro.
That's okay.
Dang, okay. And I said condolences, man.
Wow. Hey, go ahead and send them condolences out. Hey, you ain't got to bring it back.
It's good to see you, because I don't mean to cut nothing off, man. You know it's rivalry weekend. It's going down, and
it's hate week. It's hate week. Get it together. We done changed it. It didn't got personal
this morning.
It's hate week all across the country.
Yeah, I got the biggest IO this morning, and they almost persuaded me to make my pick, but I'm saving it for tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. stream.
Okay.
Big win. Oh, my bad. Big win by the Dallas Cowboys yesterday, and also those Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about that Bengals game, man. The Bengals win yesterday over the Ravens, 32-14.
Easy money.
Is it that the Bengals win that division? Because listen, the way they looked yesterday, they put the Ravens and them Steelers on notice. What's your thoughts on that game yesterday? And can the Bengals win that division?
I'm gonna let you have the floor on this one. You want to talk to me? Talk to me.
I'm gonna make it easy. You know, I can let you get this, because you know I got allegiance elsewhere as well. Although I do love my Bengals, you know, and I really appreciated what Joy B came in and did for us last night. But it's anything is possible right now. That defense, for the past few weeks, the defense has not been looking bad at all, and they actually looked almost good last night.
Yeah.
So It's definitely reason to get excited, but we so far behind. It looked like we in front, but we not. But we can possibly get there. We can possibly get there. But I love what I saw out of Joey B last night. And guess what? He wasn't even on top of his game.
Yeah.
So and we didn't have Higgins. And Baltimore been on a winning streak, if I'm correct. And they were talking about, okay, Baltimore's coming back, getting ready for the playoffs. And we put a big no-no to that in Baltimore. Very impressive victory.
Well, you know me, man. I was saying Joe Moss, Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, but I switched it up because Burrow is back in the starting lineup. So it's Joe Moss, Joe Flacco, but now it's Joe Burrow. And I say we getting in, T1, because we got the Baltimore Ravens, we got the Steelers in the division, we got Cleveland in the division. So we up a game or so, but we just got to get these wins in a row. I feel the Bengals is right where they needed to be. I'm gonna stick with what I said. I said it all season that we getting in the playoffs. Burrow came back actually earlier than I thought. And with him performing the way he did yesterday without T. Higgins, everybody's been asking about the run game. Y'all seen it live and direct and full effect yesterday, along with the defense, as you said, stepping up and playing these last couple of weeks. I think if the defense can play just that way and continue to get better during this stretch late in the season, Cincinnati in the playoffs and we win the North. You heard it here first from Mosberg of Level Up Sports 10.
Man, fellas, what a game. What a game. What a game. What a game. First of all, I don't know how it is in Ohio, but in Indiana, it's colder than a pimp's heart. Uh, I listen. I don't know what's going on with Lamar Jackson. I'll start on that side. I don't know if he's playing injured or what's the deal because he does not look like himself. Kudos to the Bengals. Joe Burrow played better than I expected him to play coming off an injury and a long layoff. Uh, I felt like the Bengals defense is stepping up, like T1 mentioned. Y'all getting Al Golden from Notre Dame as y'all defensive coordinator. He's starting to figure it out. And if, like we said in the preseason, a multitude of times, if the Bengals defense can just be average and they playing a little bit above average, the Bengals are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Y'all didn't even have T. Higgins. Other wide receivers stepped up. Jamar Chase did what he does. He's just the best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. And that's all there is to that. The Bengals do have a chance to win this division. All they got to do is continue to play like they've been playing. And like T1 said, I don't even believe Joe Burrow is at his peak form. Holla at me in 2, 3 weeks, especially when y'all get Higgins back. He gonna do something special this season. That division is there for the taking. The Ravens don't look the same. Pittsburgh, I don't know if I trust that team right now. And Cleveland is the baby with Shador Sanders getting into the mix. So I like this Bengals team. I think they can go far. All they got to do is continue to build on that momentum, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, we were talking about the Bengals defense being porous early in the season, but their defense is looking better than the Ravens defense, and their defense is looking better than the Steelers defense at this point. Cleveland's only issue is being able to, but I'm telling you right now that Cincinnati Bengals team can definitely win this division as long as they keep doing what they need to do. They got the best wide receiver, I believe, in football, in Jamar Chase. And once they get Higgins back, because that other dude out there, man, he was dropping some passes. He gonna have to get it together. Number 82, I think, is his number. He gonna have to get it together, man. He dropped some a couple of passes that he should have got as a wide receiver. But I think the Bengals have a really good chance of winning this division. And if I was a betting man, I would bet on them running with this momentum and possibly winning this division for sure.
Hey, let me share something with y'all. Please don't sleep on the Cleveland Browns. Not talking about winning the division because they so far back behind, but they could tear some things up and possibly help my Bengals out. So we may be able to jump uh Pittsburgh and Baltimore with a nice little double team, and it may just open the door for our Bengals.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the way Miles Garrett is playing is something special.
Oh
It
man,
That
is.
dude right there is just a freak of nature and one of a kind. And I hope the Browns do make a run because one thing I don't want to happen is for that man's prime to be wasted. Y'all got Shador lock and loaded. I believe in that young man. I believe he can be special. They just got to put it all together. But Miles Garrett, if he's not the DPOY, then I don't know what the NFL is smoking.
Hey, post game, I'm gonna do you one better, and I know y'all know what I'm about to say.
talk to me.
Why he can't be the MVP? Why is he not the most dominant player that we've seen in football in a very, very, very long time? I'm talking about 4 and 5 games, sack games. 4 games here, five sacks here, 2 here, 3 there. This man has us in a position has us in a really, really great position. If just the offense catch up, I don't care if it ain't this year. But if Shador's ready, like we know he is, they try to stop him, but you can't stop what God already has planned. And God is all over this young man as well as his family. So the live crucifixion that they try to do on this man did nothing but just build him up even more and more and just has him even more locked in to be great. Like I just can't see him not being great. And off of what we just saw, off of just 1 week of practice. I mean, nobody in the history of the NFL has went with only 1 week of practice and went and started a game. Not even a future Hall of Famer, not even an All Pro player. You mean we're talking no training camp? We're talking no off-season reps. Talking no preseason reps, but with cats that they just pulled off the street. Talking about nothing but just sitting and watching and hearing the media tear you up talking about he's not ready. He's just not ready to go and play this game yet when we've clearly seen that this guy is special. Give him some time and he gonna do some special things.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm gonna just real quick say this. I agree, man. Defensive Player of the Year, possibly MVP. I think we seeing something special, something we really haven't seen if you think about it since Lawrence Taylor. The way he's affecting the game defensively, and just think if Cleveland had something special on that offensive side that Shador could throw the ball to, and like you said, what's already said and done through his will, nothing can stop that. And I think in his will, he's going to get what's needed to see this Cleveland team. He's already broken the curse. Let me not forget that. He's broken the curse doing what he did with that first game, that first week, everything leading up to it. So I think it's only going to get better for him, for this Cleveland Browns organization. Me personally, as a Bengals fan, I've been scared to play Cleveland more than Baltimore or Pittsburgh in the division because that's been Joe Burrow's kryptonite. So if you really think about it, you know, as a fan of Cincinnati, but as a sports fan, this Cleveland team is a dangerous team. Mark my words, Cleveland in the playoffs next season. Would you say that?
Yeah, I think Cleveland has a really
Absolutely.
good. Oh, go ahead, Post.
Oh no, that was just me. I just said absolutely. That's it. I wasn't trying to make no noise.
Oh, okay. I think the Cleveland Browns really have a really good base to go from. They got a defense that's already set. I think now that you go ahead and let Shador Sanders go ahead and get rolling, If they can just get the necessary pieces around him, they got a running back. They already got the running back that they need in Jenkins. I'm quite sure they're gonna have another running back that can spell him at times. If they can keep that offensive line together and maybe add another piece to it, get the wide receivers on the outside, bro. I think this Cleveland Browns team is in the process of being a really good football team. The organization just has to understand you gotta stop playing all these freaking games, man, and go out there and solidify yourself as a good organization. There's too many organizations out there that have shown you the blueprint of how to be a very effective organization. Cleveland, the ball is in your court. Don't mess it up. Don't
Hey,
freaking mess it up.
let me
Spin.
ask y'all a question real quick. Let me ask y'all a question real quick. And we know they kind of fumbled with Shador. Did Cleveland just have one of the best drafts in a long time? When you look at these players that we have on the field producing right away, I think they may. It looked like they may have the best draft class of this year.
I'm
They
gonna say
hit
Yeah,
they hit home runs.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna say
Because
this to you, T1. Go ahead, Post.
no, I was just going to say yes, because of the simple fact that the NFL they played games with Shador Sanders, and Cleveland was able to scoop him up in the fifth round.
Mhm.
Uh, this is a quarterback I thought coming into the draft that was, uh, I would say, one or two. I was that high on Shador to where if one of those teams took him in the top 10, I didn't have an issue with it because I think of the world of Shador. I just do. Did y'all see some of the throws that young man made? So I definitely believe Cleveland got a steal, and they had a hell of a draft class.
Hey, and y'all know I thought he should have went number one overall. I just feel like he has way more of a wow factor and an it factor and a him factor than Ward does. Ward has all the athletic tools that you're looking for when you want an athletic quarterback, a running quarterback who can throw it as well. He has all of that. But I just felt like Shador has, if you can put the right pieces around him, he could be special.
And I'm glad we on this topic because I was talking to somebody. I know you want to go real quick. Real quick. I think Shador is going to change on the football side like LeBron did for basketball. I'm gonna just leave it alone at that.
Oh yeah, he's already slowly taking over Cleveland.
Yep.
He is on the way to replacing LeBron with that type of electricity going
Yeah.
on up in Cleveland. And he has gained Cleveland hundreds of thousands, if not millions of fans. It's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on their draft last year. The thing I would like to point out is the fact that listen, they could have got even better in the draft if they didn't use that third round pick on that freaking short midget.
Man,
They would have really been legit.
man, talk about it. If that wasn't that was and you hit it right on the head, Rob. That was a waste. Y'all played around. Y'all had a fabulous draft. And I wish that they would have got Shador when they were supposed to, so that he could have been in the mix and getting his reps. And when they saw it was time, it wouldn't have been too late for us to get into these playoffs because Cleveland actually had a chance to win like two of these past three games.
Yeah.
Like they had a chance to win these games and be right back in the playoff hunt. And that is with horrible quarterback play that I've never seen in my life. I've never seen a quarterback look as bad as Dylan looked in all of those games that he did. I'm not crediting none of those little short, easy passes because he threw some despicable short, easy passes, like the screenplay that Shador threw to Sampson for a touchdown. Don't y'all know that was the same play they called for Dylan that he threw 5 feet above the receiver's head? The same exact screenplay. But when you're covered by God, everybody around you gets rewarded. And that's what happened with Samson. He got rewarded because of Shador's presence, man. It's a beautiful thing. And if you believe in God and believe in the movements that go on just throughout life and in this world, you know that Shador has no choice but to go and ball and take Cleveland where it's never been before.
And let me add this. Look at teams like Pittsburgh, passed on Shador, egg on their face. Look at teams like the New Orleans Saints, passed on Shador, egg on their face.
Don't leave
Rumble,
the
young man,
Raiders.
rumble.
Don't leave out the Raiders that he got to go get.
Look at the Raiders, egg on their face.
I just say,
Stun on them, young man, stun on them.
Done
yeah,
on him.
I didn't pick him, man. Like, it's a lot of teams that needed a quarterback that could have used him.
Hey, y'all. My moth. Did y'all see
Good.
where Coach Prime was sitting at for that game in Vegas? Do y'all know where he was sitting at?
Talk about it.
He was
He was up on the Raiders side, up in the I want to believe it was up in the owner's suite. So you're at the away team that your son getting his first start for, but you're over in the owner's suite. What's going on in Vegas, man?
Okay. Our man FanDuel Zaya said they got 10 picks this upcoming draft, along with 2 first rounders.
Yeah. Yeah. And we not going to need a quarterback. That's going to be the great thing. We're not going to need a quarterback, and we can get some dogs out here. And one rumor that's floating around is that Buckeye, Cleveland getting them one of them Buckeye receivers. And they talking about Tate staying in the state and going up to Cleveland.
I've thought about that.
Our next question is on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest chance that the Chiefs miss the playoffs.
3.
And I agree. I say a 3. It's tough to say the Chiefs is going to be a 4 or 5. I say 3, respectively, because we know their resume. I don't know if they're going through it like Buffalo is. I don't know what's going on, but in order for us to get in, I know they have to not be in. But I'm gonna say 3. Next week we win. I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, I gotta put them at a 3 or 4. This Kansas, I picked Dallas yesterday, and one of the reasons why I picked Dallas is that Kansas City's defense just doesn't scare anyone anymore. They can't make stops when they need to make stops. I don't know. I no disrespect to Pat Mahomes. He's one of the all-time greats already, but I don't know if he's still that same. It seemed like he regressed a tad bit. I don't know if he's still that same quarterback he was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when he just played unbelievable. So it's going to be really hard for Kansas City to make the playoffs because Denver has a stranglehold on that conference and that wild card. They need a lot of help and a lot of work to get one of those spots.
Yeah.
Hey, Post, do you think it's Mahomes or do you think it's the players, his players around him, which that level has dropped off because Kelsey is really a shell of what he was 3 years ago, and he was a huge part of that Kansas City movement.
No doubt. Some has regressed, man. Some has regressed, and if I gotta, of course, Travis Kelsey is not the same guy he used to be, but with them having Rasheed Rice and Worthy, I think they could kind of pick up the slack for Kelsey, not being the same. But if I got to put my finger on it, man, it got to be that defense. It's not the same.
Man, I'm putting it at a 5. They got to go 5-0, like my man FanDuel said. It's at a 5 for me. I don't see them going 5-0, bro, down this stretch. And I'm telling you right now, that defense can't stop nobody, and that offensive line cannot keep him from being pressured. He's always running for his life, man. Every time he got to make a pass. Kelsey actually has played a little bit better than he played last year, but he's still a shell of himself. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, man. I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah, they got to play Denver in one of them games too. I think, even though it's at Kansas City, I still think it's going to be a tough out. Denver is both Broncos, man. It's tough, man.
And they probably still got the Chargers.
Yep, they got the Chargers on that schedule too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's going to be extremely tough.
I think that's the second game they got.
Will Levis, the quarterback for Arizona State, has been getting offered a lot of NIL money from some other teams. Will he transfer or enter the NFL draft?
Trying to get the bag that Will Levis gonna get, but I don't got it. He gonna get a new bag and he transferring and he hitting the portal. It's the new school era. I think he definitely hits the portal. Ain't nothing else to say outside of that, man. I definitely think he hit the portal, especially if there's money involved with this NIL and if it's in a better conference. So we seen John Mateer do it last year, put himself in a better situation, bigger NIL package, and it's actually paying dividends for him. So I think, some quarterbacks, some players going to take that route, make them couple dollars before they go onto the draft, if that's what they're able to do after.
I mean, here's my question. With the NIL and everything, now really, like, for real, what in the world is the rush? Why wouldn't everybody be getting their college degree knowing that football isn't going to be there forever? And you're getting money. The only way you leave is if you top 10, probably even top 15. But if you only have, like one more year to go, and you can graduate from that university with that degree, and you're making money, and you're just having one more year before you really, really have to step into the real world, although they're in the real world now with the amount of money that a lot of these kids are making. But I just don't get what the rush is. I don't get it now. Not when you're making money. Like I say, if you're not a top 10, or even just a first round pick. And if you look at Shador, you never know. And we see how much bad information a lot of these young men get. And, they go, leave school, get into the draft, and, they fall to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round. And you should have stayed in school and made you more money than what you're making in the NFL.
Yeah,
Out in the first round.
I agree 100%. I think when you talk about situations like this, it's situational. If I'm one of these young quarterbacks, as Levis is, I'm sending my representatives to the NFL to try to figure out where I'm slotted in the draft. I believe this is a good quarterback draft coming up. It might be a few first rounders, and especially my guy from Baylor, Sawyer Robertson. When they get him in them shorts and tees in Indianapolis, he gonna shoot up the draft boards, like I've been saying all year. But it's situational. If I'm a guaranteed surefire first round pick, and like T1 said, that's not even guaranteed nowadays. But I doubt they'll play with Levis like they did Shador. That's a whole different story. But if I like where I'm at in my draft position and I like the feedback I'm getting from these NFL scouts, then I'm gone. But if not, there's no rush, like T1 was saying, because I'm still getting a bag. I'm still able to, maybe go join a team who has a better chance of winning a national championship or just making the playoffs. It can only expand the brand. So for me, it's just situational.
Yeah.
And look here, y'all, real quick, then we can move on. I was watching the Downs to Downs, whatever it's called, with Caleb Downs and his brother, and they had Jeremiah on there, and they was talking like, Jeremiah, you still got another year Caleb get to leave after this year, can leave after this year, and they both giggle. They both laughed it off a little bit as if Caleb may be thinking, "Hey, I'm only going to be 21, once in my life. I'm only going to have this college experience once in my life, and it's going to be interesting to see if how this playoff run goes for Ohio State. If you get the Caleb Downs to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this thing out, get my degree, and see if we can get 3 of these babies and go all the way down in history. And the same could be said for Arvell Reeves, but they talking about this kid going about number 1 or something. So he hot. So he probably ain't gonna be able to do it because you don't turn down no 20 something $1 million signing bonus. That's something that just don't happen. So but yeah, with Caleb, they laughed it off, and I really truly just feel like with the amount of money that some of these young men are getting, what's the rush? Get your education.
Yeah.
Get your education, because football ain't gonna be there forever. Get your education, so you got that good background to fall on, that good paper to fall on, and you'll be all right. You want injury away from being bad out here.
Yeah. I think you made a great statement with that. I think he will. I think he will come back. I don't know what it is. I've been watching that podcast a lot, but Downs is special. I think he know his talent. He know he could go whenever he do go. I think his leadership is starting to show. That's one thing a lot of people didn't really know how much he had because he's a quiet guy. But he's loud when he's on that field. You hear his footsteps and they silent, but they loud. So I think he does that. I think he shows the perfect student athlete that we've been waiting to see with this type of caliber, as high as his stock is, to come back and give us that great student athlete coming straight out of the Ohio State University. That's a great point you made, T1.
Yeah, I said Will Levis. I should have said Sam Levitt. Yeah, but anyway, I must got that bum Will Levis on my mind. I don't know why.
We knew that you didn't mean him. We
That's your guy.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all knew, because when I typed it in, I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't think of who it was though. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that he should go ahead and transfer somewhere else. I think he still got some things he need to develop in his game, and I would like to see him transfer to one of those contenders next year and really make college football look really good for whoever he decides to go to. Our man FanDuel Zed said wherever Lane Kiffin ends up, that's where he thinks Sam Levitt is going to end up. As far as Caleb Downs is concerned, I think he has a really good option in front of him. He can stay and make bank, or he can go to the NFL and make bank. So that's some real good problems to have for a man like Caleb Downs. I would like to see him go to the NFL though, because they play Texas again next year, and I don't want him to be on that defense.
He said he don't want none of the boogeyman.
Right. I done seen him 2 years in a row at Alabama and at Ohio State, so should I seen enough of him? Should Texas Tech get a top 4 spot in the CFP if they win their championship game with a loss by either Indiana or Ohio State in the championship game? And that means if both of those two teams win their games this weekend, Indiana today and then Ohio State on Saturday.
Man, that's a great question.
Indiana and Ohio State, is both of them win tomorrow, they're both in the final, in the top 4. So nothing in that Big Ten game can knock either one of them out. But I would want to get knocked out if I was one of them. If I was Indiana, yep, knock me right on down to number 5 and let me get a home game. I like what I saw Ohio State do.
If you're Ohio State, you're trying to get knocked down at number 5 too?
Man, y'all know where I feel personally with that. I am. I would love to be number 5. I think number 5 is like, I think 5, 6, 7, and 8 is better than 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Tell you why, you're making my decision easy. And I'm talking about cheesy as post game be saying. You sound like you don't want your Bucks gonna lose or something. Man. You sound
No,
like
no, no. I just feel like I saw a recipe last year, and that recipe is to keep the train moving, have a home game in that first round and not a bye. So we keeping it going, and then just go from there off of that momentum from that home game.
I think if Indiana, I don't think they could get past Ohio State, this Texas Tech team, been in the top four. But if Indiana lose, I think they could go over Indiana before they go over Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if the Big 12, carries as much weight as the Big 10 or the SEC. Indiana and Ohio State are both in great positions to where even no matter what happens in that championship game, there shouldn't be any movement at all. Uh, and if Texas A&M wins out and wins the SEC championship game, they not jumping those guys either. So Texas Tech is exactly where they should be and where they should remain, regardless of how the rest of their schedule plays out.
I guess I'm of the mindset that if this team goes 11-1, wins their conference championship game, that they should be rewarded with a top four spot, seeing that they are their conference champion over a team who is not their conference champion. So I would probably move them to four, uh, and maybe even three, and then move one of those teams that lost in their conference championship game outside to number five. I think a conference champion who's 11-1 at that point should be get rewarded
But
with
the
a top.
conference ain't good though.
I understand that, but the team is. I understand that the conference is not good, but that team is good.
We know playing that late in the season at Purdue, is that a night game?
No, they play about three. No, they play at night. I think they play. That's a night game. That's
We know what
7:30.
happens at night in Purdue. So Indiana ain't out the gate, and it's a lot of chaos that can possibly happen this weekend.
I
And I
think they
know
played today.
Yeah, they play
tonight, yeah,
today. Yeah,
they
they
play
play
tonight.
today. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If Michigan wins against Ohio State, are they a lock for the CFP?
Absolutely.
Five times in a row. Lock it up.
Absolutely, they would be a huge lock. You probably should throw them up to put them up at number 5 if they was to beat Ohio State.
You
Yeah,
smell it.
if they were able to pull the upset off, that would be the best win in the nation the whole entire season, and they definitely deserve to be a lock for the playoffs.
I would say with the home. I would say with the a home game, a first round home game.
Yeah, I think they definitely in it's a lock, and I feel you on that, T1. I agree with you. I think they definitely will get a home game. If you think about it, this team is. I mean, we gotta respect this Michigan team, not even just in a rivalry, but just the way they've been playing. Even though it's been back and forth, but they're still a decent team that
No,
can.
we're just respecting the rivalry. We're not off of what we've seen and watching them all year. It's not that no,
But
not consistently good at all.
in the rivalry, they won four, so it's a rivalry. So I'm gonna
So
continue.
that's the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying it's not because of what you see and what you've seen all season. It's just because it's the rivalry. And we know they beat us last year and we were favored by 3 touchdowns. So it has absolutely nothing to do with what you've seen them do out there on the football field because it's not much.
Yeah, it's the weight. It would be the weight of the victory against Ohio State, where all season they just look like they can't be beat. So if Michigan was able to pull that off, the weight of that win, taking down the number one team in the country, the consensus number one team in the country, the weight of that would catapult them in the rankings.
Right.
Yeah, I think they get in there as well, but I don't think they get. I don't think they get a bye. I mean, a home game. I
Why
think they
not? That's
probably.
only 9. That's only 5, 6, 7. I mean 8. They only have to be at
Yeah,
number 8. You're
but
talking
who you?
about a team with only their losses. Their losses are to who was that? Oklahoma
Who's
and
at
and,
eight? Who's at
and
eight? Who's at
yeah,
eight, right?
and
Well, you can't lose
USC.
them crowds
So
there.
they don't have a they didn't get beat by a team that you know they were supposed to beat.
Well, the question would then be, would they make the Big Ten conference championship game? Because if they were able to get a win against Ohio State and make the Big Ten conference championship game and get another win, then now we talking.
That's what I'm saying. I think they would carry that
Well,
moment.
they probably wouldn't make the Big Ten championship game because I do believe that if there was a tie within the division, I don't know if they would go just straight to head or record. I don't know how it all goes, but
You know what?
one
You're
lost
right.
team and a 2-loss team,
You know what? You're right because
and the higher rank.
I don't believe. Hold on. Oh, we talking conference standings. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they got one loss in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they only got one loss in the Big Ten.
Right.
Zay is
Right.
saying they're
Right.
gonna be in the championship game if they win.
If they win, they could. I'm telling you, they could get in the championship. It's a lot of chaos that can happen, man. Like this game got a lot of implications on with this playoff picture, with everything.
Hey, y'all know me. I don't want to lose the game. I don't.
But you're speaking that 5 seed like you already lost it.
No, that's just what I prefer. I don't want us to. I don't want us to lose and drop the number 5. I just would like to be like, let us go where we want to go. If we number 1, we don't want number 1. Let us get the number 5 spot and let us go play right away. We don't want to sit at home. We
But
want to go play.
T1, let me ask you this. Wouldn't you think this year getting that first round bye would give your Buckeyes a chance to be more healthy heading into the playoffs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the real part of it. My little 5th round thing is slightly special ed. I'm not gonna say another word. It's special edish. So, and just conversation. Y'all know I don't want to lose not one single game, especially not to the team up north.
Yeah.
But as far as the CFP goes, I think the best spots is 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But if I had one, if I had one wish for my college football team, and I'm sure all y'all can agree with this, it would be that my team was healthy going into the playoffs.
Absolutely. And look, that would be look. So guess what? That would mean after we play Michigan, not playing, and we don't even want to play in the Big Ten game. We want to get healthy. So. Oh man, it's just a lot because you can get healthy not playing in that Big Ten game too. So,
Yeah.
but I wish we play. They're gonna have to change this hate week. They're gonna have to go ahead and spread this thing out because I want to see it more like the SEC and the NFL, where that last game, even though the SEC, it ain't the SEC's last game, but I say that game that the SEC teams be playing before that last game is some of the most hilarious scheduling in the history of sports. But
It's brilliant.
I would like to no, because right now really you want some type of work. You want some type of work. Although we played Rutgers, who's not good, you know what I mean? But if I'm not mistaken, I think they had only needed like one more win to be playoff bowl eligible. So, they have wins. It's not a Chattanooga State. I know Notre Dame would never, ever play a Chattanooga State or Mercer or a Senegal Tech. And, just some of the teams that these SEC teams play, man. It's just crazy. And I would like to have that game at the end of the year where, guess what? We can rest our starters. We can let them go play a quarter or two, and we can rest our starters and get ready for the Big Ten championship. That's how it should be. I mean, that's how it is in the NFL and in the NBA. Once you've clinched something, you can relax and get ready for the big deal.
Yeah.
I'll say move. I'll say move it. I'll say move it to. I'll say move it to probably about week 3, because they got something that they're talking about now with the SEC and the Big Ten going 1 through 16 in week 1. They want to do a SEC Big Ten challenge and go 1 through 16 all the way down. That would be beautiful. Week 1, then week 2, get your little light game, and then week 3 or week 4, go ahead and get them rivals off the rip. Let's go and get that stuff out the way.
Yeah. I think this is the only way that the Big Ten gets 4 teams in the college football playoffs if this Michigan wins against Ohio State, which is going to be a very, very tall task for them. But I think if they win, they should get into the CFP, because they will have the best win out of any team in college football by beating the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. That weather's going to be kind of bad there too.
It's gonna be what it is right now. It's gonna be what it is right now. Then it's gonna snow probably about the end of the 4th quarter or somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see if it's gonna have an effect on the game. I guess we'll have to wait and see, though, right?
Yeah.
If Vanderbilt beats Tennessee, are they a lock to make the college football playoffs?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
I don't say no. I'm gonna say no. They man, it's too many teams competing, and I think the knock on Vandy is probably their strength of schedule. Would y'all agree with that? I don't think tennis. The way from what I understand, the way the committee views quality win is just a winning record. But when you talk about big time wins, big top 25 wins, I don't even know why Tennessee is still ranked, but they are ranked.
Because
That
they're
would
in the SEC, post. Come on, you know why. Stop it.
but I think it's you still got Miami, you still got Utah, you still got a Michigan if they're able to pull the upset. So I don't think it locks them in. They still gonna need a little bit of help.
I mean, I know Michigan hasn't really beaten a really, really good team, but when you talk about a 3-loss Big Ten team with a loss to Oklahoma, a loss to USC, and a loss to Ohio State, I mean, man, I mean that's just a tough schedule, man. That's just a tough schedule, and I probably would put my money on a team up north if they played Vanderbilt. Even with their freshman quarterback, I think they're better than quite a few of these other squads.
I think that would make a hell of a bowl game, though. If both teams play all their players, I think Michigan Vanderbilt will be one hell of a bowl game.
We're gonna get some good bowl games, Rob. We're gonna get some good SEC Big Ten matchups. I just hope that they do it right, because they usually don't. It's usually the SEC team is ranked higher. That's why when they're talking about, this SEC Big Ten challenge, just like 1 against 1, like right now. So Ohio State against Ohio State and Texas A&M. That's off the rip. You know what I mean? Then who was that? Indiana and Georgia. Then just straight down the board. In these playoffs, you'll have a 8-2. A 10-2 SEC team or a 10-3 SEC team going against a 4-loss Big Ten or whatnot. But they were favored, and I want to say all of them games last year.
I agree, Rob. That Michigan Vandy game, I would definitely watch that.
Oregon versus Texas. Ooh.
We'll bust their ass.
Oh, I'm getting we on to something, fellas.
Is there
And
a
it'll be
way?
8 home games apiece. 8 home games in Big Ten country, 8 home games in SEC country. And we're playing at a time where weather is great everywhere. So ain't even got to worry about that until playoff time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. Is there a way that BYU and Utah get into the college football playoffs?
No.
He said no.
No.
I just don't. I think it's tough for them, man. I don't know. I just don't think they can.
Neither one of them can beat the team up north. Just off of that defense and an athletic quarterback. Neither one of those teams can beat the team up north.
Is there a way? I There's a way, but I doubt it happens. I'm gonna say
I,
that.
I just feel like a 3-loss SEC team or Big Ten team may be better than well, no, not maybe. It's better than a 2-loss ACC or Big 12 team, or even a 1-loss ACC or Big 12 team. Those conferences just are not on the level of the SEC and the Big Ten, and it's not even close.
100%. I'm gonna say this stat again. Outside of the Big 12 conference, the Big 12 is 0-3 against ranked teams. Outside of their conference, I'm not a believer in the Big 12 at all.
I'm right there with you, bro.
I just feel like the committee did those 2 loss teams that are in any other conference like the Big 12 and the SEC a disservice by not putting this BYU and this Utah team behind them. I think that Vanderbilt should have been ahead of them. I think Michigan should have been ahead of them. They should not be at 11 and 12. Is that where they are? Is they at 11 and 12?
Which
In
seems.
the
It's gonna
thing?
change. It's gonna change after this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it's going to change too because I don't think the committee wants either one of those teams in it
It's a
either.
lot that's gonna change after. It's a lot that's about to change, bro.
Yeah,
A lot about
I
to
just
change.
think they should have did it earlier. Is my thing. I think they should have did it earlier than wait until now to do it. Yeah, or after this week to do it.
Yeah, as if they're not even thinking about the strength of schedule.
Because if they win, what's your justification for moving them behind those teams now? That if Vanderbilt beats Tennessee, and of course Michigan beating Ohio State is a big thing, but if you don't think they're better than them right now, I don't know. I just think they put themselves in a bad spot.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Folks, how do you justify it? If they both go and win, who are they playing in rivalry hate week?
Utah got Kansas, and I'm not sure who
That's a
BYU.
win. Okay.
They got to travel to Kansas. Kansas. I mean,
Kansas
horrible,
is known for beating somebody in that last game too.
yeah, they could possibly pull that off. Who do y'all think will win the ACC championship? Who you got your money on?
I ain't got no money. I'm broke.
Shit, I ain't get to see my morning Friday post like you always tell them about that deposit. Go ahead and spend something.
I'm on vacation, baby.
But
I do that to geek myself up and get ready for them chillings. You hear me?
Hey, I feel you.
It's an everyday battle.
Man, I be loving it. Hey, this is man. Whew. It's just tough.
Nah, ain't nothing happening with neither one of them, man.
To my money on who's going to make the ACC championship game. Is that what you asked, Rob?
And who's
Uh,
gonna make the CFP? Who's gonna be the conference champion that makes the CFP?
The conference champion that makes the CFP is going to be Pittsburgh. I think, them playing Miami in the type of weather that's forecasted is bad news for the youth. Uh, I just, the way Pittsburgh looked against Georgia Tech last week and the way they've been rolling outside of the Notre Dame game in that conference, I believe Pittsburgh is going to represent the ACC.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I've been telling y'all about this Pitt team on a back nine. They're a tough team. That defense and that young quarterback they got, they found their God. Shout out to Raheem Biles, man, kid from Columbus, Ohio, doing his thing at that linebacker position. I just think this Pitt team is underrated still at this point in the season, and they have a chance to win the ACC championship. I mean, be in it, win it, and get in the playoff. That defense and that offense is just getting better. And if y'all haven't had the chance to get to see that team and that running back Reed, that boy is something special. And he still got years to go. So tap in the Pitt, check them out. I think they get that hurricane. Sorry, Justin and KT. I'm picking Pitt, and they're going to think it's an upset, but it's just Pitt playing great football in November.
One of the funny things about Pittsburgh, if you pay attention, they one of the few teams in college football whose base defense is still a 4-3.
Yep. And they nasty with it. They nasty, man.
Yeah. FanDuel Zaya saying SMU. I need it to be Pitt because I need Pitt to knock off Miami so that can get that other ACC scenario out of the way because I only want them to get one team in. I don't think they only deserve to have one team in. And if Miami is not the team that's in that championship game to win it, then I'd rather it be Pitt. Even though I think SMU has a really good chance at making it too. I just need Miami out of the picture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Say what you need. You ain't talking about what's really going on. You saying what your Longhorns need to get up in these playoffs. That's what you're talking about there, OG.
Still stand tall. Anything above what's that, 16 now? He want them to go down. So it's Longhorns to get.
Anything 10 to 16, 15. I want them
to go, huh?
I want them to get beat down.
There we go. There we go.
Now we're gonna go over.
Well, we're gonna work on one of them beat downs for you tomorrow, man.
For sure. Hey, listen, I said on the show yesterday that I believe Ohio State is going to win that game. But I did say that I want Michigan to win just so I could get up under your skin and up under FanDuel Zay's skin because y'all been on my neck a little bit this past week, bro. I need to
get no way they can score enough points on this defense to win.
I
don't like being like that, but I just weather can't do nothing to the defense. So, I just can't see them scoring enough points on this defense, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Let's talk about some of the games today that we got on the slate. We talked about several of them yesterday, but these are the ones we didn't mention today. We got the Egg Bowl between Ole Miss, number 7 Ole Miss, at Mississippi State. In this Egg Bowl, Mississippi State is at home. They can't really stop the run. And we know that running back for Ole Miss, that number 5, I think it is, that guy is a monster. Do y'all think Ole Miss handles Mississippi State in this Egg Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
BTA.
Barbecue chicken.
I think fairly easy. I may have to put me a bet in tomorrow.
You putting the house
put me a crazy little parlay together. No, I ain't gonna do no house stuff. I'm just thinking just like a confident little parlay. Because right now that seemed like a good one right there. That seemed like it may be good depending on what that spread is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss wins this game too, for the simple fact they're able to run the ball and they're not going to abandon that. seeing that Mississippi State's they can't stop the run at all. I was kind of hoping that maybe that the players for Ole Miss might be in their heads because they don't know what their coach is going to do, and they might not go out there and perform as well. But I think the run game is just going to be too much for Mississippi State.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on number 13 Utah traveling to Kansas to play the Kansas Jayhawks? Is Jalen Daniels, is he still the quarterback for them? Is he hurt? Is he playing? Because I haven't heard much about him after that first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I believe he still is. I haven't heard too much either, Rob, but I haven't heard anything about him being out or injured. But I think this is especially if Jalen plays or I don't know if he's playing or not, but we're gonna have to check that out. But if everything's everything, I think Kansas can get the upset win at home. Uh, Utah, man, if you make them if you make them have to pass, they're not the same team. Where they're dominant at is when they stay ahead of the chains, they can run the ball, don't make and don't make Dampier a pocket quarterback. That's where Utah is at their best. Now, if you can disrupt that offense and maybe get up a score or two and make them a passing team, I think Utah will be in big trouble.
Well, it's 12 o'clock, y'all, and we got action. We got action. Keep it moving.
I'm gonna go. If Jalen Daniels is playing, I'm gonna go with Kansas in an upset against Utah because Unc needs that help. I'm all for it. I want Texas in the playoff just as much as you do because I want them to cause some friction and chaos. So I got the upset coming by the way of the Jayhawks at home. It's rivalry week.
I don't. He not gonna. He not gonna get that one. He's not gonna get that one either.
Yeah, I think that Kansas can challenge Utah's edges, man, because their style of offense can be very, very effective against what I think Utah wants to do defensively. They want to be really, really physical up front, but Kansas ain't trying to come up the middle on you or off tackle. They trying to get all the way on the edge, and I think they can challenge them there. I need Kansas to win this game, but I don't think they will. What about Iowa at Nebraska? What's your thoughts on this one? Both of these teams would like to get this win. Who gets it?
I'm going Iowa.
Yeah, I got Iowa too.
Yeah, I'm a third that I got Iowa. Just the physicality.
Yeah, I think their defense is too good, man. I think they're going to slow down Dylan Raiola and beat Nebraska as well. Even though I want Nebraska to win it for Onion and Brian Harris's sake, but I don't think they're going to win. I'm going to take Iowa in this one. Number 2, Indiana at Purdue. The Battle of Indiana without Notre Dame. Who y'all got in this one?
It all depends on Indiana's mindset. If Indiana is fat, full, and relaxed, and just resting on what they've accomplished already, they can have trouble with Purdue. But if Indiana stands on business and is focused on the task at hand, this would be BTA.
Yeah, and I got the BTA. I have Indiana trying to prove that they're not this Indiana team from last year that had this easy schedule, and once they play somebody, they wasn't prepared, they wasn't ready to take that next step. But I see a team that's ready to take that step this year, and I see them putting that BTA.
Am I the only person that's picking home teams this week and it's rivalry week? You know somebody gonna go down. And guess what? Purdue. They saved Thanksgiving. They said we gonna boil, and we gonna boil Indiana stock, stew, whatever it is they coming with. And our turkey leg comes Friday night with the whole university walking up to the river with the goalpost in defeat of the Indiana Hoosiers. I got Purdue Boilermakers in an upset, and it's causing chaos. I don't know why we forgetting this is a chaos-filled weekend that could possibly happen. So Mossberg is with all the chaos and with all the shizzles as they call
I think Purdue is going to come out there and play really, really inspired football for maybe a half, maybe even 3/4. But they ain't winning this game. That's for sure. They're not winning this game. Indiana is really fundamentally sound, man. They're not going to make a whole bunch of mistakes. And I don't know if Purdue got the athletes on their side to force them into any mistakes. I'm taking Indiana to win this game, but I want to see some really inspired football from Purdue, though, in this matchup.
Hey, well,
Last
Daniels is playing, and they almost in the red zone on this opening possession.
Did not just take them Jayhawks in the upset. Yeah, boy. Let's get it started, Jalen.
What channel was that on?
That's on the E.
Okay. All right, cool. The last one we got on the slate, so we can go ahead and wrap up and get into some of this college football action. Number 25, Arizona at number 20, Arizona State. I'm not sure if Sam Levitt is playing in this game. He's out for the season. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Think so.
Who goes out in this one? Can Arizona pull up the upset over Arizona State?
I don't think they're gonna do it. I still think Arizona State gonna pull it out.
I got Arizona State. I had them winning the Big 12 earlier this season. I'm gonna go with Arizona State. I still like the team. My guy, what is his name? Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver. Something special. We seeing a lot of great talent, but I got Arizona State in this one at home. I think he comes out, whether he has his guy at quarterback or not, he still has another guy, that next man up, and he's throwing him balls, and Jordan Tyson is putting stock in his NFL future.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson is one of the top wide receivers on the draft board coming up for the next NFL draft. I think he has a day, and Arizona State wins this game.
Well, I guess I'm going to be the only one that's going to go with Arizona. I think this is the home game at Arizona Stadium that Mossberg mentioned some home team is going to lose. It's going to be Arizona State today. I'm going with the Arizona Wildcats to win this one over the Arizona State, whatever their last name is. Was it Aztecs or something like that?
Nah, oh, man, you asked me too fast, man.
Hey, Daniels just threw a pick.
Oh, Daniel, come on, man.
You said what's Arizona State's name?
Last name, yeah. What's
Sun Devils.
Oh, the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils. That's right, Sun Devils. Yeah, I should know that because my Longhorns beat up on them a couple of times in bowl games. All right, y'all. Well, I'm glad we was able to make it on this morning, man. Hopefully we can be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for our Saturday show in the morning. Hopefully we have some good content to talk about from today's slates of games and the big games that we got tomorrow. Hopefully we can get those Buckeyes and Michigan Wolverine fans on the show so we can talk a little bit about that game as well. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy this slate of football. And I'll catch y'all soon. Finish off them leftovers, man, because on day 3, they don't taste the same.
No, yeah, y'all know the deal. We was in the building. Now we out. Peace. Love y'all, fellas.
Love you too, man. You already know it, man.
Peace.
There we go.